In the world of Bleach, there is a wide array of mysteries, enigmas, that eclipse even the greatest of powers we have seen in the series. Espada, Gote, Sternritter, Zero Squad, the war powers, they all pale in comparison to the unfathomably powerful beings who have gained legendary status through memehood. Let's explore these legends of the meme world within Bleach, starting with everyone's favorite brother, sister, uncle, stepmom, dog, Tsukishima. Now, how does everyone seem to know this man? Why is it that whenever Tsukishima is mentioned, the comment section turns into some family reunion? All of this is a reference to the events of the Fullbringer arc and the abilities of Tsukuro Tsukishima. Tsukishima's ability, Book of End, allows him to insert himself into the past of people and even objects. He does not alter your memory or manipulate time, but he can literally insert himself into your past and become anything he would like. As a result, he could be a relative of yours, a friend, a random person, and even the guy who created Bleach. In the Fullbringer arc, Tsukishima would target Ichigo and isolate him by using his ability on all his friends and family. As a result, everyone somehow knew Tsukishima, whether he was a best friend of Ichigo's friends or a cousin of Ichigo. And so, the people who know Tsukishima were affected by his powers, and that is what the meme is about. Everyone in the comment section are mimicking / actual victims of Tsukishima, as if they were affected by his abilities. Or maybe they just personally know the guy just like me. In a way, we are all related through this man. Out of all the characters, no one brings us together more than Tsukishima, and as a result, he has led us to a gold mine of memes. All of this leads to the question, how are you related to Big Bro Tsukishima? What is your story with the most popular man in Bleach? Let us know in the comments, my long lost relative through Tsukishima. While Tsukishima may be the most popular character in the meme-verse, one of the most dangerous characters is an unlikely one, once certain conditions are met. And by that, I am talking about this fancy, pinkies up during tea time, biscuit-eating gentleman that is Chojiro Sasakibe.
That was easy. Oh, happiness and joy!
Now, how has this supposedly mid character become one of the most dangerous memes in Bleach? A supposed minor character to the sneakiest man around? Well, to start, Chojiro was a lieutenant of Head Captain Yama, and for a long time, he was the least explored lieutenant. We didn't know much about him until the Thousand Year Blood War. In the manga, Chojiro will get killed off first, and we'd have a quick backstory of him. That's all. But in the anime, we'd get one important detail in a flashback. The anime showed us footage from the first Quincy invasion, with the old Gote, and lo and behold, Chojiro was there as well. We see him pulling a sneaky one and stabbing the big boss man himself, Yee Haw, right before Yama smacked him with his Zanpakuto. Now, this was not in the manga, so all Bleach fans were surprised. This led to numerous memes of Chojiro stabbing others in the back because he had just acquired the greatest backstabbing feat. The same guy who got knocked out by Ichigo through a bitch slap, in fact snuck up on the most powerful character we have seen in Bleach and got away with it for at least 1,000 years. In hindsight, that is probably why he got taken out so quickly. Salty Yee Haw must have ordered for Chojiro's death first. It was only when the 1,000-year grudge war between Yee Haw and Chojiro concluded that we finally saw the start of the 1,000-year blood war. That will also explain why Ichigo was able to one-shot Chojiro. Old man Zangetsu must have given Ichigo his full powers to knock out Chojiro for his sneakiness 1,000 years ago. Chojiro went from zero to hero in a short anime-only flashback. He was the brunt of many jokes after getting one-shotted by Ichigo, and he went from that to being one of the few characters to land a shot on Yee Haw. And so now, Chojiro is immortalized through memes as the most dangerous man when your back is turned against him. With Chojiro's patented memely backstab, it's easy to see how he can one-shot many characters. However, there is one character even he cannot defeat, and that is Momo the Immortal. If you're a Bleach fan, you know that Momo has always bared the brunt of Aizen's treachery. She has always suffered greatly from the wrath of Aizen, but throughout it all, she somehow always survives. We saw this in the Soul Society arc, as she got wrecked in point-blank range, but that wasn't even the worst occasion. In the fake Karakura Town arc, she would get severely injured by Ion, and after that, she'd get jumped by a bunch of Gote captains. Multiple Gote captains couldn't kill her after wombo comboing her. and so fans have awarded her as the most durable character as a joke, since she has been unkillable so far. To be fair, she does have some merit since she has survived all of that. This is also a testament to Momo's resolve to get back with Aizen. Legend has it that she found out Aizen was immortal, and so she had to find a way to keep up with him. Momo has since then been referred to as immortal, as a sword sheath, and some fans even say that Aizen's Bankai is summoning Momo to get wrecked, based on how much he has bullied Toshiro. I wouldn't be surprised if that is true. You can even jokingly argue that she is somehow the true inheritor of the Soul King's heart, making her the most durable character we have seen. The next entry in the meme verse would be the ultimate hybrid, Ichigo. Bleach fans know that Ichigo is somehow a part of all the different races in Bleach. What started off as a normal high school kid was in fact a goddamn nuke, a mixture of all the powerful races. He is part Soul Reaper and part Hollow, part Fullbringer, and even part Quincy. This has led many fans to believe that a new race will get introduced in the last arc if Bleach continues, a race that Ichigo is a part of. Fans have since memed Ichigo to be a hybrid of every race you can think of. Only the Soul King truly knows how many races this man is a part of. Let's go through some of them and let me know in the comments what races I missed out. Ichigo is in fact part dragon/witch. He is part Bount and a descendant of the great Jin Karya. He is part Saiyan, part Otsutsuki, part Devil Fruit. Ichigo is even a stand user, as he has 2 stands bound to his Zanpakuto. Hell, the way he acts sometimes, he's probably even the first light skin, the first ever Riz Reaper, Ichigo Koriz Aki. The next meme would be someone who is somehow related to Ichigo, although you can say that for everyone, just like Tsukishima. That man is the Sternritter leader, Jugram. The Quincy have some wild names, and for that reason, Bleach fans replace their names with words that sort of sound similar. No one is more notorious for being memed through name than this handsome fella. While his name is Jugram or Jugram Haschwalt, he is often called other similar names by fans. Let's go through some names of the fancy and stern leader of the Sternritter, along with some memes made by yours truly. The most popular one would have to be Jugram Hash Brown. My personal favorite is German Asswaltz. Some others are Jumbo Hash Brown, 2 gram table salt, Jumbo Asphalt, Jenga Ass Salt, Yugoslavia Asphalt, Judge Ash Salt, Jugular Hash Halt. I'm sure you get the point. The possibilities are endless. What is your favorite combo? Be sure to let me know in the comments. The next meme is also a sneaky one. If you're a Bleach fan, you know that this man is blind, but is he really? In the anime, we were introduced to this shot of him using binoculars, which has led many fans to meme Tosen to have been faking it all. This was in the Arrancar Encyclopedia episodes in the anime, so obviously it is not canon and more so a gag by the creators, but regardless, fans went forward with it, as if the whole time we've been bamboozled by Tosen. And funny enough, it was not the only instance. Tosen was often seen surveying security footage multiple times, which adds onto the meme as if he was faking it all along. We see this in the 1000-Year Blood War and the Arrancar arc. This man and his squad were known to be toxic gaslighters, and through these memes, he tricked us all into believing that he was blind. Who would have thought that the whole time Tosen was just lying so he can get the fat disability check from the Soul Society? I actually did a massive video analyzing his character, so check it out if you do not wish to be spied on any further by Tosen. The next meme explained will be from the leader of the trio. Perhaps the most popular and oldest meme in Bleach has to be from one of the most beloved villains, Sosuke Aizen. Bleach fans know that Aizen pretty much planned everything. The recent episodes in 1000-Year Blood War show us exactly that. He had a massive part to play in Ichigo being born, and he was behind Ichigo gaining Soul Reaper powers through Rukia. There were many other instances, and I'll make a separate video talking about all of what Aizen has planned. Since Aizen was behind most of the developments in Bleach, fans began to meme that Aizen in fact planned everything. Aizen planned for Bleach to come back. Aizen planned the creation of Bleach. Aizen even planned for the chemical product to clean your clothes to be named Bleach. You can see comments from a decade ago saying Aizen planned whatever. He planned for me to make this video, and he planned for you to watch it while taking a massive shite on the toilet. Don't lie, I know you are. Okay, maybe not. But he did plan for all the coolest, most brilliant of Bleach fans to subscribe to me, so might as well do that now for more memes explained. Speaking of Aizen, his former captain was also memed as of late as track star Shinji. During the first invasion of the Thousand Year Blood War, this upside down man was rarely seen. The only time we saw him in Thousand Year Blood War was when he was running for his life. This led to fans memeing Shinji as a track and field star, as someone who was running for the entirety of the whole invasion. Why? Well, that's up to fans to decide. Maybe he didn't want to fight, so instead of using flash step, he just ran around to show up late to fights. Maybe he forgot to switch his Crocs into speed mode, or whatever it is that they wear. Soul Society sandals, I don't know. I'd personally like to think that he was just teaching Momo a lesson on how not to get stabbed all the time. We have yet to see her get fatally wounded in Thousand Year Blood War, so I think it's working. Many fans were disappointed on how he didn't get his time to shine, but the madman Kubo showed us he was cooking some new anime-only scenes, so maybe Shinji will finally show us how fast he is. Or maybe he just got tired of running, and thank God he did, because we finally get to see his Bankai. While Shinji is known to take L's, there is one being who cannot be beaten in that regard. In fact, that is probably the only thing he cannot be beaten in. Early on in Bleach, we were introduced to Chad, an indestructible Mexican man from Japan. Now, Chad was an absolute Chad, the strongest, most trustworthy lad, who rarely got mad. We all had high hopes for him. Even the main character Ichigo, who would go on to say, "I can't even imagine Chad losing." Well, it was all downhill for our boy Chad from then on, as it felt like he lost every fight after that. It was like Ichigo had the opposite of Grimmy's powers. While Uryu and Ichigo fought monsters in their own right, Chad had the absolute worst matchup, future head captain Shunsui. From the start, this man was set up for failure. L after L. Chad slowly faded from the limelight, and the main image of Chad in fans' minds went from this one to this. You would be hard-pressed to name a more iconic combination than Chad and the floor, although many fans would argue that Momo and this knife holder is more iconic. Since then, Chad has been regulated to a character who rarely gets screen time. Maybe the Thousand Year Blood War second invasion will change that. All the homies rock with Chad, and we all are truly hoping Kubo gives our boy the Shinji treatment, as he is easily the most unique and likable person from the OG gang, other than Ichigo of course, and he deserves some screen time the most. But until then, we can only meme Chad as the man we can't even imagine losing. You ever wonder what it will be like if an anime character crossed over into another verse? Well then, this meme is just for you. Bleach fans know that the first OG badass bald man was Ikkaku Madarame. Later on, Saitama will come along, and they were similar in their fighting nature, as well as something else. I don't know, maybe their feet or something. This has led to an interchange of memes between the two characters, who undoubtedly look similar. While Saitama is known for this meme, Ikkaku is famed for this nefarious one. Saitama once had a swimming scene, and funny enough, in a filler episode, we see Ikkaku rocking a similar fit. In my headcanon, I think it would be funny to think that One Punch Man was just Ikkaku's backstory. Saitama must have defeated all his enemies and died after choking on some food that was on sale. After beating everyone, he was sent to the Soul Society, and for once he was finally not the strongest, and has since then dedicated himself to the art of the sword, rekindling his joy for fighting under Zaraki, the strongest in his eyes. Maybe Ikkaku will get a spin-off isekai called The One Time I Got Reincarnated as a Soul Reaper. While Ikkaku is known for his brutish love of combat, we were also introduced to a pack of monsters who perhaps enjoyed it even more. However, we will be focusing on one in particular, and that is Crazy Hamburger Kratos. Bleach fans had their minds blown in the Thousand Year Blood War with some anime original content showing off the OG Gotei 13. Out of all those savages, one stood above in the meme world. This chunky boy, Yuhin Senjoji. Fans had felt that this character resembled two separate beings, one being the God of War Kratos, through his red face tattoo thingy, which either looks like face paint or maybe he just got kicked in the face by a horse. And second, the Crazy Hamburger Man. Since then, fans have memed this as footage of the old Gotei member. His Zanpakuto is said to be called Crazy Hamburger, and his Bankai, Crazy Hamburger's Titties Horrible.
Crazy Hamburger! Titties Horrible!
It is said that he showed incredible remorse against the Quincy before nuking them with his crazy hamburger ability, effectively ending the first Quincy War. All that said, we haven't even seen him use his Zanpakuto. We've only seen him demolishing heads like they're junior chicken sandwiches, ringing up his foes like he was making himself a Quincy milkshake. On the flip side, here is a less dangerous meme, Aizen without a plan. In the 1000-Year Blood War, we were introduced to this guy, Hidetomo Kajumaru, a certified Aizen clone. You don't have to be a genius to see his resemblance to Aizen, and for that reason, fans have given him many different nicknames related to Aizen, with the most popular one being Aizen without a plan. Some other names include Walmart Aizen, Hippie Aizen, Aizen after the Soul Society legalized weed, Alolan Aizen, Ohiozen, Sasuke Bison, and all according to Ikkaku. Some fans even go as far to say that Kajumaru is the estranged son of Aizen, with his mother potentially being Aizen's immortal sword sheath. Sadly for Kajumaru, he did not have a successful career in Bleach, as he was split in half by our favorite hash brown, Jugram, all because he did not have a plan. But more importantly, he did not like and share these videos. In a way, Kajumaru is a very profound character. He is me. He is you. He is all of us without a plan. He is all of us without direction in life. Understand the path you want to go on and follow it with all your heart. Plan your way to the top in whatever goal you have, for without a plan, a dream cannot become reality. Do not end up like Kajumaru. No, end up like Aizen. Overthrow the world and get sent to Mukin for life. It's much better than dying. Anyways, with the start of the 1000-Year Blood War, fans have memed the Sternritter, who are seemingly of German heritage, to be those kind of people that we cannot mention, the ones who cannot see. This led to many mashups comparing the Sternritter to the Forsaken group, but for some reason, this guy got it the worst, and understandably so. Honestly, he looked exactly like what I would have expected a Sternritter to be, with his hair and brash and kind of flamboyant personality. His shrift and role is pretty fitting as well, considering he's a hunting captain of the Jagged Army and he has a shrift to imprison his enemies. I couldn't be the only one who read the manga with some overly emphasized accents. Like, there's no way you didn't have a funny German accent pop up when this looking mofo showed up. Something like, "Da, so you want to be the Quincy?" In my mind, Volstendig was Volstandijk. Let's It Style was Let's It Style. Helligfail was Helligfail. Finally, the Wandenreich was Wandenreich. The final meme in this installment would be that related to the rain. Bleach fans, you may have noticed that the rain shows up at the most messed up of moments. When you see the rain, it is a sign that someone is probably going to die or get their ass beat close to death. This has led our boy Ichigo to get PTSD from the rain. Legend has it that every time it rains, Ichigo gets Vietnam flashbacks, leading him to break down and start crying. Turns out, it's not just Ichigo but most characters in Bleach who fear the rain. I actually made a video explaining the impact of the rain for the various Bleach characters, so check that out if you're interested. And so, the moral of the story is that if you find yourself transported into the Bleach verse and it is raining, that is your sign. Run, hide someplace safe, don't come out until it stops, and pray to the Soul King that the rain isn't for you because someone is about to get murked.
The Adventures of the Almighty Sheriff Yee Haw Buck. This town ain't big enough for the both of us, partner. I said the same thing last time, bucko, and you got up on your pony and rode off in the sunset with nothing but a wound to your cowboy pride. You ain't no cowboy, you a coward. Now, tell me, you still that same coward, or you a cowboy man now? Neither. You're speaking to the Almighty Sheriff now. Yee Haw Buck. Not your everyday whatchamacall cowboy, but the Cowboy King, and I'm here for a duel to take your land in the name of peace and freedom. What in tarnation? Know this, cowboy man. You won't have the option to ride off in the sunset like last time. No. How you gonna feel what it means to burn in the sun? Just like all these rotten hooligans who were once your cowboy pals. I'll be damned. Well then, let's dance, partner. You speak too much. I'd reckon you'd speak less when you split in two. Well, a man's land is a man's pride. I won't go easy on you. Ah!
that is all for this video. I'll be making a part 2 to this later on, as I have intentionally left out many memes for the next video. If there are any memes in particular you want me to cover, let me know. I may make these videos for other series as well, if this video does well enough, so let me know what series I should focus on next. I'm also interested to hear what your favorite meme is out of these, and so check out the survey I made in the description. See you all next time.